Hey, hey, boys, how you going, lads? How you
Hello.
going?
Are we
We're
live?
live.
Johnny G.
Hello.
How are you, Johnny G?
I'm good. I'm good.
And
I can't see KP though.
can't see
KP's alright. Huh?
can't see KP, but
If John,
everyone else can
if
see
he
him.
watched the feed, like how we watch the show, he would see me, but he never gives us views. He just.
I got my AFL app up.
No idea.
You got your laptop in
Yeah.
front of you. You can just Google stuff there.
I'm looking at Chris's
Oh, yeah,
face.
Chris.
But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Check out our merch.
Chris has got those start
Yeah.
like it's like the Mo Salah laser pointers on his face.
I don't know if you like it. But what are we discussing today, Johnny G? What are we discussing?
I think we'll do a roundup of last round. We can kick off with the first game between the Bulldogs and Carlton ended up winning by 12 points in that game.
I tipped them. I tipped Carlton.
Yes. I really thought Bulldogs might have bounced back after their, first loss, but Carlton were too good.
Yeah, I think Western Bulldogs are in a bit of trouble. Like they're not as good as I thought they were going to be. So we'll see. They've got some hard games coming up. But Carlton, their midfield are just standing up, and it's exciting to see the youngsters coming through. And they added. I think Walsh is playing that game as well.
Yeah, he came back, and played well too.
Yeah, so I don't know. They're playing Hawthorn this week, so it could be interesting.
Kerry, you didn't see the game at all?
I
or-
did. The
You did? What'd you think?
the Carlton Bulldogs. I think Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Bulldogs. They've got a hangover. They didn't even win a premiership.
Yeah, it looks like it,
That's
doesn't
terrible.
it? Yeah, it's a bad start.
They don't have
2-0,
Hawthorn this week. Bulldogs. Bulldogs are playing Sydney on tomorrow.
No, Carlton.
Oh, Carlton, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into those games in a sec. But the next game we had Sydney and Geelong, and Sydney ended up touching them up by 30 points. Lance
I think
Franklin,
we said that.
momentous moment.
Yeah, that was awesome, and I was watching that live, and that was unreal.
Can I-
man.
can
It was
I-
scary as well.
Can I ask you a question? As a soccer fan, this is something I don't understand. Why are Geelong fans celebrating with Buddy Franklin?
Oh, it's just to get on the field, man.
What do you mean? Like if Steven Gerrard does some milestone, I don't run on the field for him.
Yeah, I can see your point.
You know what I mean? Like he is a Sydney player.
see-
Why are you celebrating with him? Sydney fans, by all means, go, or neutrals. But Geelong blokes in Geelong scarves and things celebrating with the enemy. That's shows where our game's gone. Terrible.
Maybe Sydney and Geelong aren't as
Doesn't
rivalry.
matter. It's still
as we think,
terrible.
maybe.
Oh, look, people just want to get like Buddy's just an icon, and they just want to.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't even think it's Buddy. Even if that was John scoring 1,000 goals, they'll do the same. It's not.
Yeah, probably. It's just what it is, man. Just larrikins that are drunk and.
So you boys would run onto the field?
Yeah, I'd run
I
on.
wouldn't run on for him.
Yeah.
And unless he was.
If you were Geelong fans,
Nah.
would you run on?
If he was a.
I'd run on.
If he was a
but
Crows player,
I'd
I'd run on the field. That's it. No other team.
I'd run on, but I wouldn't go towards him. I'd just like get the ball and start shooting goals. And say, this is how you do it.
I'll probably be too lazy
Like,
eating
like
a pie or
that. There was a
something,
lady that went on the field, and she spread her grandmother's ashes while it was all going down.
I know.
Like, that's
Oh, really?
ridiculous, bro.
There's people everywhere, and the ashes were just like flying
that's
around.
crazy,
Like, that's
man. Like-
gross. Oh god.
Well, I saw the security before the goal. They were just sort of
What are
standing
they
there,
gonna
knowing
do?
it was gonna. They just.
I
did
remember
nothing,
back in the
so-
day when it happened with Tony Lockett, right? So that was at the SCG as well, which is ironic. There was about 18,000 there at the time. They ran on the field, but they were all Sydney fans.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
know, like I don't get the other team. Okay, it's good. Say you were there, but go celebrate with a team that's a bloke that's spanking your team for one. It's just weird to me.
I mean,
It was quite scary, man. There was people everywhere, and they were just like the way they just went
It
in.
is. It's a safety hazard. Like someone, like look what happened with Monica
It's
Seles
too-
back in the day. How do you know that someone doesn't have a knife and stabs Franklin?
Oh, of
Just for the
course.
sake of it.
yeah.
It's just like they could get crushed.
Yeah, it's
Like, and
Mm.
not just Franklin, everyone
No,
around
it's
there could have
crazy.
been.
You know, didn't you hear Jonathan Brown when that guy, that drunk dude grabbed the microphone off of Jordan Lewis? And Jonathan Brown was like, he wouldn't be grabbing the microphone off me because he's pretty much saying I'll knock him out. Because they were acting like tools, man.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, like the Premier League crowds to the AFL crowds are two different
I'm
crowds,
just talking
I guess,
just
as
in general.
well.
I
So,
wouldn't go and run on there for an opposition team. That's just me, personally.
yeah.
But if it was your player,
Oh,
that
100%. If that's Tony Modra, I'm there, man.
Well, I think we all tipped Sydney that game. I
Yeah,
think
I
it
think
was
we
30 points. They look
I
good
think
in
we
that
said
game.
we
You know what?
predicted to them to smack him, didn't we? All of us did.
we did.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what? Like you'll never see another. I don't think you ever see 1,000 goals again.
No.
Not with the way that
No.
AFL's played.
No, it won't.
So,
It will never
Nah.
happen again. 1,000 goals now.
No.
Buckley was saying 1,000 goals now. A player will have to play for 20 seasons kicking 75 goals.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to happen anymore.
Nah.
Oh, Zakal says hello to everyone, man. And he says, and go Sydney. He's a Sydney fan. He's happy, man.
Yes, he is. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, Zakal. Congratulations.
Well, moving on to the Saturday game, the Crows end up losing by 42 points to Collingwood. Crows were never really in this match. I watched it, and yeah, Collingwood were too good.
I did pick Collingwood.
Yes,
Not by any confidence, but they just play the MCG better, I guess, and
Yeah,
Adelaide is building, I guess.
Listen, I believe I'm a Crows fan, and I tipped Collingwood with confidence. The Crows are crap.
I didn't, because Collingwood finished 17th last year, so
Both Adelaide coaches, we'll get into it later, are gone by the end of the year. Buckley takes Port, Clarkson takes Crows, I reckon.
we never know, man. At the end of
Buckley will come home to Port because both of them are done. That's my opinion.
Hinkley might be gone this weekend, man.
No, they won't sack him this weekend. Even if he loses, he won't get the sack, but he'll be done.
I think Hinkley's in more trouble
He
than
is.
100%.
He is, but they're both. Nix is just. I've said it every week. I don't know how that guy is a coach, like first team. He's terrible.
Wasn't he like a player? Did he play for Sydney?
Yeah, I think so. And then he coached there a little bit. But to be honest, I'd never heard of him, and he played until he got the job.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a very young team, I guess, as well. So
I didn't watch the game. Did the youngsters do anything? Like
He dropped Tilnthorpe, though, John. He dropped Tilnthorpe.
Yeah, why did he drop him?
He goes, I wanted him to gain some confidence. Didn't like. What does that even mean? You don't gain confidence by sitting on your ass.
I mean, Rochelle played all right that game.
We're bad.
Keys is playing really well for us. So there's a few shining lights, but pretty underwhelming from the Crows, really. 42-point losing.
I did say that to you guys. We're bad at the MCG, and we're notoriously bad against Collingwood.
Do you think Collingwood are like a top 8 side, like the way they're playing?
Maybe not, but we're always bad against them, the Crows.
Yeah.
It's too hard to say.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to improve from 17th position this year. So, yeah. Moving on, the next game is Essendon and Brisbane. Brisbane winning by 22 points, and Essendon played pretty good. They, I think Brisbane kicked away just at the end. So they put a better show in against St Kilda.
To my knowledge, did Lockie Neal get 198 Supercoach points?
Yes, he got 41 disposals in that match and 2 goals.
I was upset because I didn't put him as my coach.
I had him as my vice captain. I had McRae as captain.
Yeah, I had McRae, but McRae did pretty well as well. So
I had Oliver.
Oh yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think we all picked Brisbane that one. Is that right? Yeah.
We'll show.
And this next game was probably the biggest upset of the year, I reckon. It's Port going down by 64 points to Hawthorn at Adelaide Oval.
You know what, man?
I don't think anyone could have seen this.
Do you know what? I said to Chris, I did say this was going to be the thumping of the round, but I just said Port were going to thump Hawthorn.
It's just the other way around.
Oh, you know what? I had my cousin over from Queensland. He's a Mad Hawk supporter, and I gave him my tickets, and I was happy for him that they won. But yeah, it was. I didn't even watch the game. I was just watching the scores, and it just kept getting worse.
They were just getting pummeled. I was watching it. They just had no answer for nothing. I don't know. I don't know if it was the coach. I don't know what it was. They were just terrible.
The coach. It's the coach.
Yeah, but there's a
Like,
guy
the
that
way
got
they-
you to. Like,
Yeah,
how can
but
the
they're
coaching
winning.
change in?
All right. If you watch the game, right? Like
You said you didn't watch it.
No, but I saw some of the highlights. So they get the ball, right? And then they can stream forward. They go, all these players going forward, and they go sideways.
Yeah, but that could be
And
a
then
that could be a player's decision, Chris.
Yeah, but it's not working. It's not working.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That could be. That might not all.
Nah,
I agree, Hinkley.
That's coaching.
How do you know? As a player, when players are out of confidence, they always do what they think is the simple option, which is pass sideways. That's in any sport.
Yeah,
And
I know,
if they're
but
low on confidence, I don't see Hinkley. I'm not even his biggest fan, but I don't see Hinkley saying to his team, "Play sideways." I think it's on the players as well.
Yeah, yeah.
No coach tells their team to play sideways. That's just.
Yeah, but what? Where's the confidence? Why is there no confidence?
Probably because they lost round one. They're just a bit. I don't know.
No, but you're playing against a Hawthorn team. 12 players that played for Hawthorn on Saturday night were only
maybe
5 games?
Maybe
5
because
games
Port have got injuries. Maybe they've just in their heads were undermanned. Where I don't know. But
I don't know. It's not, to me, no excuse, man. Like they're a top 4 side. They've got a few injuries, but they should be able to blow a team like Hawthorn that's got all those youngsters in it away. Like it just no.
Yeah, it's hard to find excuses for that game. Even with the injuries that you got, you shouldn't be losing by over 10 goals
Not
at home.
10 goals. No way.
You'd be forgiven if it was a close one. You missed by a few points, but 64
but
points.
sometimes youngsters play without fear, man. They got no pressure on them. Every Port player has pressure on them this year because they're being tipped to make the top 4, make finals.
Yeah.
Hawthorn are tipped for a wooden spoon almost. They got no pressure on them, and they're all young. They're not no superstars like you said.
Right.
They're just playing like they're kids in the park.
You know what? I reckon Sam Mitchell's got them playing different as well.
Probably.
They're not as defensive. Yeah. They're more attacking as well. And people aren't ready for that because Hawthorn were under Alistair Clarkson. They were really defensive. Now they're just pushing forward, going crazy, and they got sharpshooters up front, man.
Yeah, didn't they break the record for the most consecutive set shots? 13 set shots straight.
Exactly.
But that doesn't happen often in AFL these days.
Nah, it doesn't. So maybe it was just a bad night. It was a bad night. We'll see what happens against the Crows. But I'm telling you right now, if they don't beat the Crows this week, heads will be rolling. I'm telling you.
Oh, definitely. The pressure's on.
I'll put a slab on it with you. Even if the Crows win, he will not get the sack.
He won't get the sack, but I'm telling you.
That means no heads are rolling. Whose heads are gonna roll? The players aren't getting the sack.
I don't know, man.
Players aren't getting the sack.
I don't know, man. What do you reckon? Do you reckon this is not going to get sacked?
No, he'll get the sack if they're having a real bad year when they know they can't make the finals or end of the year, depending on how bad their year is.
Yeah, it looks like his time is numbered for sure.
At the end of the year, he'll get the sack, but if they have a real bad year and don't make the 8, when they can't make the 8, he'll get the sack. That's how but they won't sack him now.
Yeah. No, but supporters are going to be
supporters, they are. They're already filthy.
Yeah, they're already filthy. So, look, the only shining light from that game for us was Sam Pepper. And, he played really well. He, carried the team pretty much. Ollie Wines was useless. Had 2 clearances, that's it.
Hangover.
You got your ball there. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Berkey got heaps of touches, but he kept turning the ball over.
It's because I've told you for 10 years he's overrated.
I reckon Berkey's a good player, man. He's just I don't know what it is.
We got some Showdown trash talk starting already.
So. Listen, Wines is a shock to me, but I always thought Berkey's overrated. Wines, I don't know what's wrong with him. You win a Brownlow, then to put performance in like that, that's a shocker. No. But
yeah, Dan Houston could probably hold his head high, and that's it. Just 2 of them, really. The rest of the team was shocking, and the defensive, Leah not being there. I don't know, the structure.
That tall bloke for Hawthorn was ripping him. That forward, I don't forget his name. He was ripping him, bro.
Yeah, he scored 5 goals.
Yeah, he was ripping it.
Yeah, he's fairly young.
He's got a good kick too. He's got a real good kick for goal too.
Yeah. So
moving along from the Port demise, we've got the Gold Coast Suns and the Demons, and Gold Coast stayed with the majority of the match, but Demons led all match and won the game.
Yeah, I thought the D's would get it done over there. But like I thought the Gold
Petrarca, 40 disposals again.
Yeah, he's gonna win the Brownlow, man.
You reckon? Oh, you called him. That's right. You called it. Zakal says you guys got to try the new Cadbury Dairy McFlurry coming out next Wednesday. Let him know what you give it out of 10, man. John said he's gonna get it early doors.
I'm the Stezing meat and sweets.
From when? How long for?
40 days.
Meat and
40
sweets.
days.
Yeah.
No meat.
I've already been doing it.
Nice guy.
Meat, no meat. You're a nice guy, man.
His wife's a vegan. It's gonna be like just normal eating for him. It's not like it's hard.
Gold Coast made a game of it, I guess. Only 13 points going down, but I didn't actually watch this game, guys, so I can't really. Yeah. Well, we'll move along to the North Melbourne West Coast game. North won by 15 points, but West Coast had to change about 14 players before this game.
Do you think they should have been forced to play?
Was it COVID regulations or something?
But like the way I see it is, what's wrong with the AFL doing what other sports do? It's like, okay, postpone a game and play it midweek or something. Like, if they got 14 changes, that's a bit unfair. Even though I hate West Coast, it's unfair.
West Coast had to make about 14 or 15 changes before the game on Saturday, I think.
Like, you shouldn't.
Well, they did all right.
Like, if that was your team, wouldn't you be
50
spewing if that was your team and they're forced to play?
Yeah, but they have to play. It's part of the.
Why? Why can't they postpone a game like they do in every other sport?
No, because there's
to do with the TV rights.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's still going to get televised if it gets replayed.
Yeah, I know, but like if you put it onto another slot,
that's what I'm saying. Let's say whoever, for example, this week, tomorrow has a COVID outbreak at their club, and every player has COVID. How are they gonna? They're not going to be able to play the game. Well, they're going to force them to get.
Well, if say Adelaide report, they'd have to go to the reserves, like Adelaide reserves in the SNFL.
But that's just. It's not. There has to be a protocol where they can call off a game.
Well, they can't really delay it for 7 days, and then they're already behind a day, a week.
Well,
if they do that,
they can play that game at the end of the year.
Yeah, to me, it just doesn't make sense. There should be a protocol in place that if a game, a certain number, like in the Premier League has got the biggest TV rights deal in the world, John.
Yeah, I know, but I just think the AFL can't get their head around playing 2 games in 1 week like the soccer boys can. You know what I mean? I think footballers can't do more than 1 game a week.
Make a team play with no players. That's so unfair.
It is unfair.
Can they forfeit? Can they forfeit?
Yeah, but then you lose points.
Well, they'll lose points.
Like, it's just, to me, it's just so.
I mean, West Coast made a game of it. They did make a game of it.
But like in their heads, they'd be like, well, what could have been if we had our 14 players?
Yeah, you know what I mean, especially against North Melbourne, who aren't the best. Yeah. Well, look, North got their first win of the year. They'll be happy about that. I didn't really watch it.
Well, I know Seri blitzed in a Supercoach.
Yes, he's in my forward line.
In my ruck.
Well, moving along, we got Richmond and the Giants, and Richmond ended up winning by 36 points.
I was surprised. I
tipped Richmond, didn't I?
I picked Richmond, but I thought GWS would have put a good show.
I reckon GWS getting done. I reckon they're getting done this week too.
I come to terms, do not tip GWS if they do not have Toby Green in their side.
I said that to you at the start.
No Toby Green, no GWS.
I said they're going to struggle without him for the first 6 rounds.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and we'll round it off with the last game. It was another little upset. I don't think no one picked St Kilda to beat Fremantle in the West.
None of us.
No, I didn't watch that game. Just sort of
I got the tipping to bring up on the screen when you want me to, man, so we can see John's magnificent tips this week.
Put them up, man.
I'll put them up.
Well, that's the roundup.
All right, so
that's the roundup.
Chris, the big man, picked. He only got 2 wrong. He got Blues, Sydney, Magpies, Lions. He got Power wrong. He got Demons, Roos, Tigers, and then all of us got Dockers wrong. Johnny, you only got 4, man.
So just to clarify with the tips from now on, whoever's leading, they have to tip first, and whoever's second, tip second, and whoever's last.
Is that right?
That's right.
There you go. Well, Jimmy got 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 5. I got 6, and Johnny got 4. We'll put that down.
I just want to have a quick shout out to Andrico for winning sports bet for the boys this weekend.
That's his second win.
Yeah, he's holding the team together. So
yeah, you guys got to top up, man. You have to top up so you can bet on Friday.
Are we topping up already?
Well, it's been 5 weeks.
Jeez.
And if you don't top, you got to top up so you can bet on Friday. He's winning. He's winning us money, man. He's winning us money.
All right. Well, listen, guys, we've got an exciting game tomorrow at Marvel Stadium. The Bulldogs and the Sydney Swans.
Wait, KP, did you put the leaderboard up?
Yeah, I had it up. I showed it.
Oh, did you?
Oh, not the the leaderboard. I put the leaderboard up here now. Yeah, you just can keep talking. So Chris is on 15, Jimmy T 12, KP 11, John on 8.
Johnny, you gotta pick some good ones here, man. Come on.
All right. Well, we got the first game, Bulldogs Sydney. This game could go either way. This will be interesting. So there's not many changes. Bailey Smith comes back into the squad for Bulldogs. Who's a good big in for the Bulldogs?
Where they're playing?
In Marvel
Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So last time they played at Marvel, Sydney ended up winning 19 points in round 17 last year.
Yeah, I reckon. All right, am I going first because I'm the leader?
You're going first.
I reckon Sydney will do it because I just like the way they play. Bulldogs are in a bad form at the moment, so I reckon Buddy will kick a few again, and but there'll be no running on the field. So Sydney for me.
Well, he can't kick 1,001 goals in those.
I just think I reckon Bulldogs just don't have they just don't have a forward line. Like they got the Andrew Norton. Is it Norton? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, they're missing Bruce still.
Yeah, so they haven't got they haven't got much tall timber down there apart from him. So I'm gonna go Sydney. I reckon their midfield can match Bulldogs. I know that they got a good midfield, but I reckon they can still match them, and they'll be too quick for them, and they'll have too much score power up the front half. So Sydney for me.
Yep. KP, what do you reckon of the game?
I'm going Sydney as well, man. I reckon I watched them the other night against Geelong and for round 1, and I've tipped them to make the top 4, and I reckon they're going to do Bulldogs. Bulldogs in bad run of form, and I know it's do or die for Bulldogs really. If they don't win, starting Zip and 3 is going to be not good for them. But I mean, Sydney, they're going to want to win as well. They want to win as much as possible. But yeah, I just think Sydney take them.
Yeah, well, look, it's do or die for Western Bulldogs, and I think it's do or die for Johnny G. Bulldogs for me in this one, guys, by a couple goals.
I've tipped them both weeks, so I'm not tipping them again. Now they'll win because I'm not tipping them.
Yeah, Bulldogs for me for that one. I reckon, they got a chance. I think, they're going to be desperate, and they can't lose 3 in a row, especially, with that squad. I know Sydney are looking really good. And, my head is with Sydney, but my heart is with Bulldogs. So I'm going Bulldogs.
Why is there 2 Friday night games this week?
That's interesting, isn't it?
And then there's no game during the day on Saturday. Like, Saturday is meant to be footy day, and there's no game. They're all night games.
Yeah, I don't know
so
why.
Weird.
2 Friday night
they could
games.
Just put one of them on during the day, Saturday.
And they're two big games. They would get viewed.
Exactly.
So,
I'll tell you why. Because the Victorians don't want SA stealing the spotlight on Friday night.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's the only thing I can think of.
There'll be no Victorians watching the Showdown. But before the Showdown, the game is actually Bulldogs and Essendon at the MCG.
Bulldogs?
Melbourne and Essendon, sorry. Yes.
Oh, well,
Essendon looked better last week, but coming up against Melbourne, who are pretty much the favourites to win the flag.
Yeah, you can't go behind. You can't tip against Melbourne, man. Melbourne, they're just too good, man. I'm tipping Melbourne.
Did they get any injuries last week in Melbourne?
I think they said Lever's still out, but he was already out. And I was reading the injury list, but I don't think they got any last week.
Well, they got the best player in the league, don't they, Chris?
They do. So That's why I'm going with Melbourne, guys. And they got the best ruckman. They're just an awesome team. They got it. They're a good team. Melbourne for me, guys.
So three losses in a row for Essendon, you think?
I think so. But they're missing a few players, and there's a few youngsters playing for them. Tip and Woody, when's he coming back? Do you know when Tip and
I
Woody's
think he's
coming
out
back?
for a while.
Yeah, so.
I mean, the bookies are backing Demons pretty well here.
Yeah. Melbourne for me, guys. How about you guys?
Yeah, I reckon Demons. I reckon they do them pretty good. Yeah, I reckon that's pretty comfortable. They're just better team, I think.
Yeah. Look, I can't go too crazy. It's got to be Demons for me. I think you got to be a brave man to pick the Bombers in that one.
Sorry, guys.
Bless you. Pick the Bombers, John.
No,
Come on, man.
Melbourne
you need to catch up tips, bro.
Chris C, so make sure you jot down the Demons. I never said Bombers.
He said Bombers.
He's gonna get one right, KP.
Sure. 100% he said.
All right. Well, we've got the big game for us, I guess. It's the battle of the shittest teams, I believe. Port are actually bottom of the ladder coming into this one, and Crows are fourth to bottom.
Wait for the shit down.
So it's the showdown at Adelaide Oval, boys.
Is it a Crows home game? Is a Crows home game?
Like what? It's a Crows home game, so there'll be no tarps.
No tarps. Chris reckons tarps. Chris reckons tarps will never come back for Port games. They'll be back, mate. If you don't make the 8, I guarantee you there's tarps at the end of the year. If they don't make the 8, Chris, there'll be tarps.
Dude, there'll never be ever tarps
If
again.
they don't make the 8 last home game, there'll be tarps. If there's no fun.
How much you want to bet?
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah. Yeah, can't be here. There'll be tarps, bro. The only reason there won't be tarps is because
it's got to be a food challenge, boys. It has to be consistent.
Won't be tarps, man. You'll never see tarps again.
You can never say never, man.
No, you'll never see him again.
You can't never say never about anything.
I'm just telling you, man.
Well, look, this game, I think more's on the line for Port, isn't it? Really?
Sure is.
It is. So
the
pressure's on the power here, isn't it?
I was going to tip the Crows, but I just can't against the Crows. Like, even though I have a feeling that you guys could win.
I mean, look at before the season started and this game was round 3. I think everyone would pick Port, right? Without a doubt.
Yeah, but now you're umming and ahhing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if Port played the way they played against Hawthorn and Crows play like the way they played against Freo, then we're in trouble. I'm telling you right now.
So who's actually injured for
If
Port?
ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day.
Because
I can't see Kerry, and it just is this funny. This comes out of nowhere.
It's true though. Like this,
Aaliyah's injured.
He's not playing.
Dixon's not playing. Fantasia not playing.
Bit of a live wire. That's what you guys need, a bit of a live wire too, because Robbie Gray is not really doing well.
He's having a test. He's having a fitness test, isn't he?
Robbie Gray was out last week.
He's having a fitness test.
Yeah. Dersma got knocked in the shoulder last week, so he hasn't played that well, so he's carrying an injury. There's a few sore boys there, man. So,
But Sloan might be out for Crows.
And no Dixon.
He's having a test, I think, for the Showdown.
Is he?
I think so.
I don't think so. Oh, really? I don't know.
I think so. That's what I read in the injury list today.
If he's not 100%, then I wouldn't bring him in.
Robbie Gray and Charlie Dixon are guns closing in on returns to bolster a forward line. So they're having tests, both of them. Gray and Dixon.
Yeah, but where's the forward line?
Where's Rory Laird? Is Laurie Laird coming back or what?
Sloan underwent a scan for an abductor issue. He's having a test. On-baller Rory Laird is closing in on an earlier than expected return from a hand injury. So we don't know. They're not saying when.
If he's in, it's a big boost for us.
Yeah. Especially with our defense, man. Our defense is shambles at the moment. So, they played that guy Skinner and what did they play that? Sin? They didn't do much. And Finlayson is not working out at all.
So you're tipping Crows, big man?
I'm going to tip with my heart. I'll go with Port, but with no certainty. I don't feel like we're going to win, but I'm just going with my heart. Port. If I lose, I lose.
I like it.
But you had to, man. I would be shocked if you picked the Crows.
I was very close, man. The other night, on Saturday night, when I was thinking about it, I was like, I'm not tipping Port ever again. But
You also once told me you were never going to go to a Port game again. So
well, I haven't gone yet.
yeah,
So
but we know that's going out the window.
Well, you don't know yet. You don't know. But yeah, I
KP, what do you think of the shit down?
shit down.
I have proclaimed it the Hess down, the Battle of the Hess. If you know, you know. So I think from what I've seen of both of them, they're both crap, and I've been well documented in saying I don't rate either coach. Crows in a close one by 40.
Did you say Crows in a close one by 40 points?
I reckon Crows are going to do Port this week. I'm tipping it. I reckon Port I reckon they're going to get 2 weeks in a row. They're getting done.
Hey man, I'm a Crows fan. You know who I'm picking, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Crows, hands down. We're going to beat Port. We're going to kick them while they're down, and it's going to be by a few goals at least. The Crows are going to get up.
That's right.
Crows, mate, they're always going to win this game.
There'll be a lot of pressure on Hinkley though after that game.
They will, but I think LA can smell blood here.
Oh, of course. If they play like they did on Saturday night, and you guys bring that intensity you did with Freo, then we're in trouble.
The only thing that sits 100%. In Port's favour is they're technically not travelling anywhere other. They've had 2.
That's the only thing.
That's in their favour. Yeah. It's a big thing for the footy players. So
yeah, if Laird comes back, then we're in trouble, especially.
Or there's a chance Sloan doesn't play, but if Sloan and Laird both don't play, then that's a worry. But
yeah,
I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the Crows and Collingwood game. Did you hear about the false alarm?
Yeah, the fire alarm.
Melbourne MCG, the fire alarm.
What happened?
There was a fire alarm. They're telling people to evacuate, and they're like, "Wait a second, it's a false alarm." They sent them back.
Yeah.
If Port's losing in the fourth quarter, I'm gonna trip the alarm at the Adelaide Oval. So.
Yeah, it sort of makes Crows play shit after. So just sound the alarm and they'll fix that.
I wonder who Jimmy's gonna tip for that one.
He's got to tip the Crows.
I hope tip Port. Jimmy T, mate. No loyalty.
I have seen it. You know what? There is stories that there's documentation of him wearing a Port jacket at someone's birthday. I'm just putting it out there.
Oh yeah.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
I care if you were cold, would you wear a Liverpool jacket?
No way in hell, man. I would not even go.
Even if you're freezing.
Nah. No way, man. No way.
Not even if you're freezing.
No way.
Come on, man.
No, I wouldn't. No way. You don't know me, Chris. So no way. John wouldn't. If John did, I'd kill him.
Oh my God.
If it's life or death.
I still wouldn't do it. Still wouldn't do it.
All right. Well,
look. 2 Crows and 1 Port here. Obviously, that was always going to happen.
Hey guys, I know that you can't, Johnny, but KP, do you want to do a watch along on that one?
We'll see. If I can, we will definitely. We'll see if we can.
And WrestleMania's this week. Do you want to do watch along?
I do. It's 2 days, isn't it?
Well, I can do the first day, and then we can do the second day together.
What day is Stone Cold going to be there? Mr. Lachlan says hi, guys. Hey, how you going, Mr. Lachlan?
Mr. Lachlan, how you going?
Yes.
I will talk about it later.
Yeah, talk about it after.
We've got the next game. We've got GWS and Gold Coast Suns. This is actually a hard game to pick. GWS haven't won one, and Gold Coast...
won, haven't they?
They won one, but they played against Melbourne last week, and they only lost by a couple goals.
Yeah. So GWS versus Gold Coast, is that correct?
Yeah, at Giant Stadium.
1 second, lads. Mr. Lachlan is asking if this is live or pre-recorded. This is a live show, Mr. Lachlan. That's why we said hello back to your chat. We're doing an AFL show tonight. We usually do a podcast. We do other things, food reviews. Podcasts usually weekly. We do a Man United show weekly as well, and a weekly AFL show at the moment too. So thanks for coming in. If you haven't, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Well, getting back to the game, GWS and Gold Coast. No Toby Green, obviously, but I think this one's a hard one to pick.
This is very hard, man.
Hey, Chris, you got to go first, man. You got to go first since you're.
What do you think of the game, boys? You reckon?
I was thinking.
I mean, Gold Coast have been playing pretty well, but GWS going to be desperate, aren't they?
Yeah, but you would think Gold Coast are going to be desperate too, aren't they? Because they want to make the finals, don't they?
Well, they got Torque Miller, who's just being an absolute gun in that midfield, getting 40 posies every week. They got some players,
The
Gold
way I see it
Coast.
is Gold Coast have
So
been a
did
laughing
GWS.
stock for so long. They want to make the finals.
Yeah, Stewie Drew's
Yeah,
determined,
that's
isn't
what
he?
I think.
Yeah, but like playing at GWS, like would they reckon they'll be able to do it there at their home ground?
Well, that's the thing.
That's why
The bookies have got
you're
them
going
favourites
first,
here.
man.
Oh man.
Mr. Lachlan says, "Do you guys do NRL as well?" Because I'm a huge Sydney Roosters NRL fan. Unfortunately,
Oh
we
man,
don't,
we should.
man. We're not.
Just,
We all
we're from.
support a different team, but we're not as
I'm
into it.
Rabbitohs.
Yeah, Chris is Rabbitohs, Johnny's the Storm, and I'm Broncos. So
But we're from AFL state,
yeah, we're
so
from
we don't
South
really
Australia, man.
So,
Hmm.
sorry,
But
Lachlan,
Lachlan, you
still,
can join our podcast, man. The weekly podcast we do is more than just sport. You'll love it. You go back and see some of our
yeah.
footage. You can come in. You have a good laugh, man. It's good.
Anyway,
You're first.
all
You're up
right,
first, big man.
I made my decision because the sun is shining bright on me right now.
It's so
Going with the
dark
Suns.
where you are.
So I didn't hear that. What? Who are you going for?
I'm going for Suns in a close
The
one.
Suns.
Yeah.
All right, Gold Coast
Jeez.
Suns.
I
I'm,
KP.
regret
I'm
that.
actually going with Chris. I said it before. I'm going Gold Coast. I just think, like I said, they've been the laughing stock for so long.
Mm.
I
And
reckon this is where Johnny G can get us now. Like, he can.
and
Well, you know what? If you had picked GWS, I would have picked
there
Gold
you
Coast.
go.
But you picked
So
Gold Coast. I'm
I'm
picking
actually going Gold
GWS.
Coast. I think, like you said, Stewie Jew is determined, and
He
I
is.
actually,
He is.
yeah, you said it before. How can you go tip him now when you said yourself don't tip him without Toby Green? You said that. That was your
Because
line. You patented that line.
it's do or die for me. So GWS for me.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh, at home.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Mr. Lachlan
I
says,
was,
I'll have to watch, guys. Maybe I may like AFL, but in Sydney, we love our NRL. We do understand that, man.
oh, we know you guys love it over there.
We do understand.
All right. So,
this next one's at the MCG, Collingwood versus
This
Geelong.
is a hard game, I reckon, too.
why is it all hard games?
Because it's
Like,
round 3.
I mean, yeah, Geelong smashed. Who they smashed in the first
They
round?
got up when we didn't
They
think they were
smashed
going to get
them.
up, didn't we?
Essendon.
Essendon. Smacked them.
They played it.
Yeah, they
And
smashed
then they got
Essendon.
spanked
Yeah.
a bit last week by a good team,
By
though. They
Sydney,
got done.
yeah.
They got touched up by a good team.
Yeah, they did.
And Collingwood looked pretty good against the Crows, I must
Yeah,
admit.
but my nephews under 10s look good against the Crows.
Yes.
Oh, this is a hard one. This is a really hard.
Geelong are favourites here, $1.45. I mean, it's a home ground to at the MCG, but does that make a difference being Geelong
I don't
and
think so.
Collingwood?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is all their?
It's on you, man.
Who's any? Is any ins or any
Let me
injuries
have a look.
or?
I'll get it back up.
Well, it's only Wednesday, so you don't really know till tomorrow night.
But I can tell you injuries and that. Collingwood. Actually, Collingwood did. I was reading that. Mason Cox looms as a likely replacement for Nathan Kruger because he got ankle injury in the win over Adelaide.
And Kruger, he played really well that game.
He got injured, and they reckon Cox could come back in. And McCreary's out for the next month. I don't know if that was he already was, but yeah, not much more than that.
I reckon, guys. I reckon I'm gonna go Geelong just because I reckon they're still a top 4 kind of side, and they can bring it on. And I think, Collingwood are just they're good, but they haven't really played, someone like Geelong yet. So, who they play in the first round? I can't remember.
Didn't we say
Hawthorn?
Hawthorn.
They beat St Kilda, sorry.
Yeah, so they've only beat St Kilda and the Crows. So Geelong.
2 terrible teams.
Geelong's a top, they were a top 4 side last year. So, and I think they've just got too many weapons. Geelong for me.
Geelong.
I think Geelong. I was gonna go Pies, but then I'm like,
do you know what I'm doing? I'm just tipping. I'm going with you just to make John do the other tips so he can.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it coming already?
I'm gonna go Geelong to make John tip Collingwood.
No, but would you go Geelong anyway?
It's a close one. I actually would. I think Geelong. Now I think they'll get up. I don't know who they're gonna. how Collingwood, if Geelong's forward line gets going like Hawkins and Duncan and that, I don't know who they've got to stop them. And they still got a pretty good midfield, man. I mean, it's Selwood is breaking a record this week for the most games as a captain in AFL history. He's breaking Stephen Kernahan's record. Great South Australian, Stephen Kernahan. And I think they get up for that. And I think they beat Collingwood.
Yeah, I reckon too.
John's face is like, I said that milestone's happening. It's like he's thinking, yeah, they might get up for
I
it.
reckon he's going to go Geelong.
Look, boys, I'm going to Magpies. Second on my ladder. They, look, you can't go by ladder position here. You know, they're second on ladder, mate. At home, MCG, they're going to win this. They're too quick for Geelong. I've seen them against Crows, and they were quick as. And to the nursing home down at Geelong, they're not going to catch up with them, boys. So the Maggies for
fair,
me.
They did beat the kindergarten of Crows. Yeah, what's
Oh,
Jeez, imagine I catch up in one round, man. That would be the best.
Amazing.
Dude, this could go either way, eh? Like all these games.
Or I'm just, what am I losing at Schnitzel or something?
Man, you're doing the challenge at Schnitthaus or something by yourself live.
What's the loser?
Live.
What happens to the loser again?
Surely you're not tipping against anyone in this next round.
I have to eat 50
nuggets. Surely we're all tipping the same tip in this next game.
Well, yeah, we got the Brisbane Lions versus North Melbourne Kangaroos at the Gabba. Do the Lions ever lose there? Not really
not
much.
To North Melbourne, I don't think.
Yes.
That's an easy one, guys. Brisbane for me. I just think they're too good over there. As you said, no one loses to Brisbane over there. No one wins. No one beats Brisbane over there. So Brisbane for me, they're too fast, too good. North Melbourne beat West Coast with 14 top-up players. So North Melbourne are pretty bad. So
yeah.
Brisbane.
Yeah,
it's
before
hard
I give my tip, Mr. Lachlan says, "Love this channel, boys. Glad I found it. Thank you very much."
Also, Lachlan, thank you.
I'm with Chris. I actually think I think there's going to be a bit of a touch-up. I reckon Brisbane do them pretty resound. I wouldn't be confident doing 1 to 39. Put it that way. I think they touch them up.
No way.
Yeah, I think they touch them up. No, I'm saying I wouldn't be confident doing it. I think they touch them up. Like it's going to be, if Brisbane get going, they're going to smack them and smack them good. Teams like North Melbourne there's always one. They'll get one or two during the year where they get absolutely spanked, and I think this may be one of them. And I reckon I might be going Lachie Neale captain this week.
It depends.
If there's a choice, not bad choice.
It depends as well. If there's a severe weather warning.
Yeah, we don't know. That's right. Don't know. We've got to wait.
There could be rain.
That's right.
If that's there, they can plays in the favour of North Melbourne if it rains.
But still, I still think Brisbane get up. Tip North Melbourne, John. Tip North Melbourne.
No, Brisbane for me. I think this is a percentage boost for the Lions. Easy win.
Brisbane are sort of like West Coast 5 or 6 years ago. You know, when no one could win at Subiaco. That's like Brisbane now. I don't think many teams will win it, like you guys said at the Gabba.
No. A bit like you said, like West Coast when they're in full form, you can't really win in the West when they're playing well. A bit like Brisbane here. Yeah, so all three of us Brisbane, I think.
I reckon this next one is going to be a bit of an interesting tip.
Oh, here we go.
Well, you got the top of the ladder, Carlton Blues versus Hawthorn, forgive me. Hawthorn on top of the ladder against Carlton, who are sixth on the ladder, but both winning both their games. Obviously, Hawthorn smashing Port last week, which should never
Who
forget
they beat
that.
again?
They beat Port by 64 points. I'm not sure if you guys at home have heard that Hawthorn beat Port Adelaide by 64 points.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at Chris. He wants to punch us.
Well, look, normally you'd go probably Carlton straight away here, but Hawthorn give you some reasons to think in this game.
Oh, Chris, it's on the big man.
Look, I think Hawthorn, don't get me wrong, they played really well, but they played against a really crappy Port side.
Did we clip that? Are we clipping that, John? We've got to clip
Well,
that, make
yeah,
a short,
that's
of the big man saying a really crap port side.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll
be
say it,
We,
mate. I'll say
it's gonna be a
that's
meme.
you
It's
know
gonna
you're
be a
getting
meme.
clipped, big man.
that's all right. That's all right. I don't mind. They are crap. I'll say it. If they're crap,
That's
they're
the
crap.
best.
But I reckon. Yeah, Carlton looked magnificent on the weekend. Their midfield, their forward line, their back line. I think they're going to be too strong for Hawthorn. I just think they've got too many answers. And what we saw of Hawthorn against Port, I think, to score the way they scored, it's very unlikely that can happen again. So, sorry to my cousin Stan if he's watching, but for me, Carlton for this
There you
week.
go. I'm actually going to go with the big man again as well. I'm going to tip Carlton. I know you guys have been saying like Petrarca you think is, arguably the best player in the comp, but I think Carlton have got one of those players and he's finally back on form in Cripps. And I think it's going to
It
be a
does.
bit too much for Hawthorn, and he's had a couple years of he's been crap pretty much since he won the Brownlow, hasn't he? So, but he looks like he's back to something good, and I reckon Carlton get over him.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, look, it'll be a close match,
I said I reckon there's going to be I reckon John's going to tip Hawthorn. I just got this feeling.
Wait, where's it? Is it MCG or is it
MCG?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that
If it was Tasmania, I'd probably pick Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Mm.
What do you reckon, Johnny? Hawks or Carlton? Where are you going with this one?
This is the best.
Look, what do the bookies got? What are the bookies?
Bookies don't actually have a thing for me at the moment.
Is it because it's Sunday, isn't it?
But the other Sunday games do.
Oh, really?
If I want them to. Oh, only the Saints game. But I think Carlton is starting to get one of the best midfields in the league.
I reckon too.
It's like if Cripps gets to his A plus, full form, and you got Walshy in there, and Hewitt and Kennedy, and I think Carlton boys. Yeah, all three Carlton here.
I got the odds, man. Blues $1.54, Hawks $2.50.
Yeah.
So Blues are favourites
Carlton
$1.54, and Hawks $2.50.
Carlton look good this year, boys. I'm going Carlton for sure.
Well, there you go.
Well, I picked Carlton in the last 2 rounds, so
I picked them in the first round, but not the second. But yeah, Carlton for me.
There you go, 3 Carltons.
I wonder what Jimmy will go.
Well, this is a hard
This
game.
next game
This one's a hard.
is this game of the round.
Which one's this one?
Saints in Richmond. Are we talking about?
Yeah.
Marvel Stadium. Saints getting a win over at the West. Obviously, they have to travel back, so they better travel in them. Richmond beat. They beat GWS, I think.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Dusty Martin's coming back anytime
No, that's
soon.
what I was going to say. There's talk about him that he may retire, like that. They reckon there's a chance he doesn't play again.
Is this because of his old man passing away?
Yeah, something like that. He's gone because of his dad, and 31 though. 3-time Norm Smith medalist. What is he? Dual Brownlow medalist to retire at 31. If that happens, that's huge.
I mean, it's pretty big to retire just for your father passing away. I get that you love your father, but you play for your father. You know what I mean? You
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
I guess people grieve differently in this world, but it's totally up to him. If you can't cope, I get it. But I think his father would want him to kick on and be proud of him. And,
definitely.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's each their own. I can't believe you would retire over that. But yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. I don't know.
Mr. Lachlan has said what we spoke about earlier, and we've actually done it on soccer, Lachlan. He says you 3 should react live to do a live game. He goes, that will be cool. We're planning on probably doing the showdown on Friday, watch along, and me and John have done a watch along for a soccer game, and we're going to do another one I think next week. Man United Everton's at 9 o'clock Saturday night, so that's next weekend. So there'll be but we do try to do them when we can. Lachlan, thank you for the support, bro.
We do wrestling ones as well.
Chris did a watch along for was it SummerSlam?
Royal Rumble.
That's right. 4 hours he was there doing a watch along.
Yeah, went for ages.
So we're going to try to do WrestleMania too, man. Apparently Simon Dean's coming back.
Well, St Kilda beating Fremantle in the West has really made the bookies split the odds on this one. They reckon Richmond are slight favourites here.
Is that Marvel, did you say?
Oh,
It's at Marvel, yeah.
I reckon.
Big man.
Like St Kilda coming from the West is a big, like, gets them tired. It's always hard coming back from the West. So I reckon Richmond should do them easily. Sorry, and yeah, I just don't rate St Kilda. I just don't rate them. I know
Weren't we
beat
saying that
Freo,
last week?
whatever.
We were saying it. Me and John said when you look at their team, it's a pretty average. Like they just look average. Like on names. I know your team
Yeah, they
isn't
do.
names, but they're just, you know. Dobster
Yeah,
says, "Howdy, gents. How you going, Dobbs?"
hey,
What's
Doctor.
going on? So
Yeah, I just reckon
Richmond
Richmond for me, guys. I reckon they'll they can't stop what's that guy in the front half?
Lynch,
Is he playing? If he's
Lynch.
playing,
Yeah, Lynch.
Bolton.
Bolton, Shea Bolton. That guy there is a gun. So yeah, I just think good form against GWS. I think Richmond should get it done,
yeah.
but you just don't know. But yeah, St Kilda, I reckon coming back from the West will hurt them, and I still think they're an average side. I still think I just think they're still average, and I think Richmond have too much star power.
Yep.
I reckon Richmond for me.
Dobster says he's all right. How are you guys? Well, I'm good, man. I'm very good, thank you.
All good over here.
All good.
Before I give my tip, you brought him up, Lynch, right? Can I ask you guys, has Lynch gotten anywhere to near his potential?
Yeah, he's won 2 premierships.
Yeah, I know, but like as an individual player, like, would you put him next to Brown and Rewalt? And no way, I don't think.
Not against those names.
Like he was meant to be. He's been touted as like the next Jonathan Brown, let's say, and he's nowhere near those guys.
No.
I know he's won flags. I get that, which is that's what it's all about. But has not lived up to his potential as an individual.
I don't know, man. I reckon he's pretty good. But...
How? Like, if you were to go through forwards, he wouldn't look like Franklin. Off the top of my head, I could pick 20 that are better than him.
Oh yeah, but Franklin's a different kind of forward.
Mate, you could pick. There's so many. I think the same about what's his name at your guys like Dixon. They just have not lived up to. They were touted as these huge big forwards, and they're just.
I think Lynch is can be named next to people like Tyler Walker.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I reckon still he's every time the ball goes near him, always feel he's a threat.
You think about those ones that I'm naming, like Chris. I look at it like, let's just say, like I said, Rewalt, Brown, Franklin, Modra, Gary Ablett, Dunstall, Lockett.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, but he was touted to be like these guys. Even Hawkins has been better than him. Yeah, and Hawkins, so. I don't think he's that good either.
Nah, I reckon Jeremy Cameron's probably better.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
But yeah.
I just think. Listen, he's won his flags, and that's what it's about. But individually, I don't think he's met his potential. That's me personally, but
yeah, I think Rewalt helps him out in that forward line as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So you take Rewalt out of there, which he is out. Do you know what he scored last week?
Who, Rewalt?
Lynch.
Lynch. I'm not sure. Don't know. No. Yeah. But going on to the tip. Enough. I'm with Chris, and I reckon this is the banker. If you're a betting man, I'll give my tip of the week, $1.90 for Richmond. To me, this is easy money, I think. You're almost getting 2-1. I reckon they're going to spank them.
Yeah, that is good odds.
$1.90, bro. Richmond, think about that in a multi. From like Chris said, team coming back from the West. Notorious bottlers, St Kilda. I reckon they're getting done.
I mean, if it was at the MCG, you'd say Richmond for sure.
But I still think Marvel. I still think they do them. $1.90. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see John.
St Kilda for me, boys.
I'll bet you in his multi he picks Richmond though.
Saints for me, boys. Look, the bookies are going to even for a reason. They beat the Dockers over there. Yeah, if you guys had picked Saints, I probably would have went Richmond. So I've gone St Kilda.
There you go. Mr. Lachlan says, I'll watch and share your lives when you do them in that case. Thank you very much.
Oh,
And
thanks,
Zakao
Lachlan.
is just
Legend.
saying hello to all the boys, to the rest of the boys in the
Oh,
chat.
Mr. Lachlan, how you doing?
Mm.
Zakel's such a nice
He is,
guy.
man. He's our resident hashtag nice guy. John,
He-
if these tips don't go your way, you know you're done, right?
Well, what am I eating? I'm eating 50
No,
nuggets.
but I
What do I
reckon,
do?
you know, if they
Some...
don't go your way this week, I reckon you're done. I reckon you're done. I don't know how you get back.
I'm gonna call you Hinkley as number 2.
Well, this is another one where I reckon I could get the odd pick. We got the derby at West Coast versus Fremantle.
Oh man!
So I think West Coast are going to get their players back from COVID.
Well,
They
Fife
reckon.
is out for like 6 weeks. His reoccurrence of the back that's been hampering him for a couple years.
This is a hard game to pick because West Coast did all right even without with all those changes.
Whose home game is that?
West Coast.
West Coast.
Oh, okay.
But where?
You just know I'm going.
But where were West Coast? Where were West Coast last week? They were in Melbourne, weren't they? No.
Yeah, I think they had to travel to Melbourne Stadium.
Yeah. And Fremantle, I know they lost there, but they were there. They don't have to travel there. But like I said, Fife is out. Yeah, reoccurrence of that. Like we said last week, he's not the Fife of old, but it's still a loss to them as their captain. It's split. $1. What is it? Let me get the odds. Sorry. Is there odds? There's no odds for this one, I don't think. Nah.
No,
Who's coming back? Do you know?
I'll go have a look.
Coming?
It's hard to say. It's all test and stuff now, especially for a Sunday game.
And this is like the late game.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna because I can't stand the Eagles. I'm gonna go Freo.
Freo.
I just think they've. I don't know. Like even though they lost against St Kilda,
you just know who I'm going now. Yeah.
West Coast are just like I told you they're gonna win the spoon. So
this is a hard tip, eh?
I can't go for West Coast. They're gonna win the spoon, man. But Freo for me.
How much did Freo lose last week, bud, to Saints?
I know you guys saying about the traveling thing, but half the team didn't travel and they stayed behind.
How much did they? Who did they?
They lost by 10 points.
Mm.
And they lost it in the second half as well. They were up or first half. They were like killing them in the first half.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Pretty sure.
I hate them. I'm with you, Chris, but I'm going to tip them. West Coast Eagles, I think, are going to beat Fremantle. I think okay. Fremantle losing their captain, Fife, is going to hurt them. And like John said, those players now technically have just had a rest, haven't they? The Eagles players, if they're all back in. So,
yeah,
I reckon West Coast, do them.
I mean, if you look at their second half last week, Freo only scored 3 goals.
Last year they had 2 games last year, and West Coast thumped them 1 game, and Fremantle beat them by 15 points the second game.
I just think that Freo will have really pissed off about that loss because they were up, and I reckon they're going to come back.
Yeah, I think they're going to have. I think they've got a few injuries from what I read that are just going to hurt them a bit. I'm going West Coast.
Yeah, me too. West Coast for me.
Oh my God.
West Coast at home. They're going to beat the Dockers. I want to know how many different tips I went to the big man.
No, he doesn't care about catching me, man, because he knows I'll falter off.
I went Sydney. You went Bulldogs. We all went Melbourne. You guys went the Crows. I went Port. Me and KP went the Suns. You went GWS. Me and KP went Geelong. You went Magpies. We all picked Brisbane. We all picked Carlton. You went St Kilda, Johnny. We both went Richmond. Me and KP. And then the other one is Eagles, Freo.
So if my 6 win against you, would I close the gap I would close the gap.
You will close the gap, yeah.
So Darcy is a doubt for Sunday from Fremantle. Okay. Darcy is a doubt from Sunday.
Well, that's a big doubt because he's one of the best ruckmans in the league.
Yeah, Sean Darcy is a doubt with rolling his ankle.
You can't change it, Chris. You're Fremantle now.
And
I can't check.
Two-time,
Is it
and
locked
like I
in?
said,
It's
Nat
locked in,
Fife
it's
is
all
out for
locked
6
in.
weeks, so that's another. So Fife and Darcy could be out.
It'd be a big loss if Freo
I
lose.
reckon they're going to lose.
Well, you thought that about a few other teams last week.
I
And
did, but I just gave my opinion, bro.
uh,
Oh, well, that's some good tipping there. And yeah, any bets of the week? What do you reckon?
I reckon
So Kerry
Richmond
reckons
is
his
bank.
bet of the week
Richmond
is
is
Richmond.
bank, bro, I reckon.
Richmond.
And
I
Crows
reckon,
by
like,
40.
no, I reckon either Port, Adelaide, 1-39 is a good bet, probably.
Oh, you've gone. 10 minutes ago, you were saying I do not trust
I
Port.
know.
No,
I know.
like I said either Port or Adelaide. Port or Crows, 1-39.
Nah, Crows by 40, bro. I reckon
I'll
if
put
you
the-
if you want a lock, obviously I think Brisbane. I reckon you put a multi Richmond into Brisbane over 40.
All right. So who wins the Showdown medal?
I'm gonna go out one out the box, and I'm gonna say in his first showdown, Rachele.
Oh, damn!
All right.
I'm gonna go
What, you
Ben
didn't like
Keys.
that?
Ben Keys for me.
What's wrong with that, John?
I'm going Ben
What if
Keys.
Rachele kicks 5?
He probably
I
will.
reckon-
I hope he does.
I reckon your Yubby is going to go.
Hey,
Gold.
Mr.
The Greek star will return to
Mr.
form.
Lachlan says, I went back and looked at your food videos. He goes, made me hungry.
I'm still hungry.
That's the
I'm
best.
always
Hey,
hungry.
go back and look at some of the big man Chris C's challenges, Mr. Lachlan, and you'll be laughing. Mr. Lachlan says, sorry, I don't understand the rules of AFL, but 40 is huge. I reckon Brisbane do North Melbourne pretty good. I reckon Richmond into Brisbane by 40 plus.
Yeah, Brisbane's a safe bet for me. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, a lot
Unless
of
there's rain,
good
like I
odds.
said.
Yeah, you could get some good odds this weekend if you pick right.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I reckon if
Well,
I get
if
the
you do-
Showdown medalist right, he'll be paying ridiculous money.
He would be. Can you bet on the
Yeah, I
Showdown
think
medal?
so.
Yes, you
can
can,
bet
yeah.
on anything.
Okay. Well, maybe Johnny, if you do a multi, let us know and we'll post it onto the page.
Hey man, the
Yeah.
only person we listen to his bets now is Andrico, man.
Yeah, true.
I've been doing well on the footy bets, but not for the syndicate.
Hey, see, John, see what Mr. Lachlan said here? He said, KP and Chris C, he goes, you guys are funny in the videos, nice content. Yeah, John is funny, he just doesn't rock up.
You're a nice guy. Nice guy.
Hey man, it was a fan. The
I've
fan's the one that said it. KP and Chris C, he said it was, you know.
We're going to be doing more food stuff,
We are.
Lachlan, and more. Just lately, I'm in isolation at the moment, so I can't do anything. But I'm just doing the live stuff at the moment.
Oh,
But more food stuff.
Zakal has come in with his knockout question. He says, Mr. Lachlan, do you follow New South Wales or Queensland in state of origin?
It's like Cal loves NRL.
He loves NRL. And then Mr. Lachlan has just clapped back like, bang, New South Wales always, he reckons.
I'm a Blues
Look
fan.
at that.
I like the New South. I like.
Gotta go
I
Queensland.
hate the
My
Maroons.
mum lives there. Gotta go for them. Mr. Lachlan says
Yeah, true.
Johnny is the quiet one, I see. Yeah, just like I said, because he
Oh.
doesn't rock up. He can't be loud when he's not there.
Well, you know what, guys? If Port win on the weekend, he'll be quiet on Friday
Hey,
night.
but
Well,
we know that's not
the
going to...
The Panthers are on top of the ladder in the NRL, so
Are they really?
Um,
Well, we're
Oh.
Broncos.
Yeah.
They beat the Rabbitohs, and Storm beat the Rabbitohs too.
I'm upset
Yeah,
about
well, you go for a lame team, bro.
who's Chris go for?
He goes for
Who
the
you go for?
Rabbitohs. He's Russell Crowhead.
The Rabbitohs.
that. I watched Gladiator, and that sold me.
I thought you were going to say you watched the Oscars and you got excited by Will Smith bashing people.
Who are the West? The West Tigers? I've never heard of the West Tigers
Yeah,
in
West
NRL.
Tigers are a good team. Oh, they used
What
to
are you
be.
talking about? West Tiger first. That's like Western Sydney
Yeah.
there.
Well, they're bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, well, they're not good anymore.
Too many Lebanese play for him.
Hey, tell
in
me,
the
was
Western
that thing that Will Smith did, was that real?
I don't know,
It looked
man.
pretty real, didn't it? It's just maybe because they're actors, they make it look real.
I
I
reckon it
guess.
was real though. Like,
You
Could
could
be
see
fake. Who
in Will
knows?
Smith's face that it was pretty real.
Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, but he's an actor,
He
man.
did just win. He
Will
won an
Smith is
Oscar
an
like 1 minute later. So
I know he just won an Oscar, but
Like there was a. Did you see the slap? It looks so fake. I reckon.
nah,
Shane
but
McMahon. Shane McMahon does better bloody
I'm not
better hits
sure.
than him,
Hey, I
man.
reckon.
Looks so
I
fake.
reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
would you have reacted like that about your wife?
Oh yeah.
Not for the joke he made. I think Will Smith is. I know we're completely off topic. He's so upset at the moment because for 2 years everyone's been drilling him because she admitted to cheating on him. I think it all just built up and he just snapped, like because he's been copying it about her for a couple of years.
So they're back together?
Yeah. I thought it was like
Jeez.
for what he got, it wasn't something to get upset about. Like if it was,
Like yeah, like it wasn't.
So
like,
she's got a skin condition on her head or
yeah,
something, doesn't she?
Appalachia.
Yeah, she loses. Yeah, but she's also got cancer.
No, that's what it's
if
called.
If she had cancer, she was
Yeah, that's
dying,
different.
Would have been
That's
different.
different.
Yeah, but
And it was
I don't know, man.
G.I.
Jane's
G.I.
bold.
Jane's bold, yeah.
You gotta think it. You gotta think about it. The Oscars were having no coverage. No one was watching the Oscars.
Dude.
And guess what? After that happened, everyone's watching it, man. Everyone is
have
watching
you
the
seen-
You
Oscars.
never believe anything you see.
Chris,
You never believe
wait,
anything
have you
you
seen
see.
some
No,
of
I'm
the
just telling
things
you. I'm just
when
telling
Ricky
you.
Gervais hosted the Oscars? Have you seen some of the things he said to the celebrities?
What?
He said some outlandish things to some of them.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like it could have been staged.
could have
I'm
been,
not saying
could
it
have
is
been.
staged. I'm saying.
Mr. Lachlan
like,
says,
the
I
Os-
hate the Rabbitohs, so hopefully they win and your Storm and Bulldogs play against each other too, he says. And then he says, he goes, I mean, I hope they
that's-
lose. He's corrected himself. He goes, I hope the Rabbitohs,
probably
get thrashed, he said.
I'm guessing he's a Crow supporter.
Mr.
too.
Lachlan looks like a Crows fan. I can
He's a
tell
good man.
he's a good man. He's a real nice guy, and he feels like a Crows man because he wouldn't go for a team that don't know if they're Port Adelaide or Port Power. You know what I mean?
Oh, get stuffed, mate. Dude, you know what, man? If we win this week, it'll be a sweet victory. I'll tell
I'm
you now.
sure. Hey, it should be. It
after
should
that
be
comment,
because you should
I'm
hate
gonna
us.
be with. I'm gonna be
I
with
do
Fahad.
hate you.
I'm gonna be with Fahad watching it.
Oh, we're gonna be with
Well,
John playing
well.
Football Manager.
Oh yes, and that too. Kerry can't do watch alongs,
I'm
man.
playing Football Manager, man. I can't do watch alongs.
But do you want to do a watch along on Friday night?
Yeah, I'll
with
try.
KB?
We'll see what we can do.
Chris, you do one regardless, man.
I'll do one regardless. All right.
Mr. Lachlan says.
Do an
Mr. Lachlan says, "I'll go for no AFL teams. Sorry, boys." But in brackets, he said, "I'll go for the Crows." He didn't.
Lachlan, good
He
stuff.
didn't. He didn't
Oh.
really. I just added that in. So.
I'm pretty
And
outnumbered.
then he says he goes for the
Yeah.
Crusaders in rugby. That's rugby union, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the difference. I think
Well,
like,
one is called
doesn't-
rugby league. One's called rugby union. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
that's the
I'll get
difference.
that,
That's all
but-
I know.
Nah, one doesn't stop.
Oh, there's
Like, you know,
offsides, I
rugby-
think, in one, isn't there? There's like, I don't know the rules, so don't
Yeah.
quote me. But Zakal says, KP and Johnny, good luck on Sunday with your team, Manchester United versus Leicester. Do you know what?
Thank
Do
you.
you know what? The past 2 weeks, I've been in real good mental health, and I realised today it's because Man United haven't played.
Yeah, that's it.
John, are you with me? It's like, you know what?
That's it, I am.
There was this thing in the evening news. They were saying we got to care about the players' mental health, and I was like, well, what about the fans' mental health? Why don't they win a
Yeah, I
game and
know.
keep us happy?
I know.
No.
Even Tottenham are just as good
I
as
know,
us
man.
now.
Chris's team.
Well, I was going to ask you. As well. Like, I haven't seen a KP or Johnny show for a while. What's
Yeah,
going
well,
on?
there was no
I've been
game. There was
working.
no games for like 2. So I will do it this week on Monday. There was no
Mm.
Yeah.
no game, no United game. There was no news really because the Ten Hag thing. There was nothing really to talk about.
I can't make the AFL one because of work next week, I think.
Yeah, but you'll be live for the Johnny. You'll be live for the show that's got your name in it.
yes,
that's what matters.
yes. We'll talk about
Right.
the Leicester game then.
That's it. That'll be talked
But,
about live.
yeah. So I'll try to go live on Friday night when we do the
Yeah.
showdown and do the watch
Yeah.
along.
Mm.
Hopefully KP can join me.
Yeah.
And then WrestleMania, guys. WrestleMania is on I
Hey,
think Sunday
Stone
and
Cold
Monday.
is coming back.
I know on Sunday.
Is
That's
Simon
on Sunday.
Dean coming back?
Apparently,
That is the
Simon
most-
Dean is coming back.
Oh my god.
Imagine Simon Dean came back. Edge is back, bro. Edge is good. I like
Well,
Edge.
Chris didn't even know who
I
Simon
know.
Dean was,
I
man.
couldn't believe he said it, and then I had to send him videos of him riding in on his little scooter.
Yeah, when you showed me who it was, I was like, oh,
That
yeah,
guy
that
was the
guy.
best. Wait, well, John's your favorite wrestler's back already, John, man. Edge is back.
Edge is one of my
Is a
favorites. Yeah.
champion. Edge is one of the best.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a watch along for that one too,
I heard,
guys. So,
did Triple H retire?
Yeah,
I
because
heard
of a
he
heart,
retired.
because of he had a heart attack. So, or not he had a heart condition and he's retired.
I'm looking forward to the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match. So, what's that?
Hey,
Anyway, guys.
Chris, before you go, all the tips that I said for Royal Rumble pretty much came up.
All
No,
right.
I'm saying, see if we can get the same, if we can get the tips right again for WrestleMania, we're doing something right. We got everything right on Royal Rumble. Everything.
We did.
We even
Who you
tipped
reckon,
that
Roman Reigns?
tipped that Brock would come back and win the Royal Rumble, and we got it right.
Yeah.
John loves Roman Reigns.
All right. Well, John loves it. I'm looking forward to if Cody
He's
Rhodes
going to be there.
comes
He's
back.
fighting. He's fighting Seth, I bet you.
If that happens, the roof will go off. Like the roof of
What
the
I
whole
don't get is
building
why
will
will the
come off.
roof go off? He sucks.
Nah, man.
New wrestlers suck
Yeah,
regardless, bro.
That's why
the old wrestlers.
Yeah, but John, that's why
Dude, you haven't watched
they're
the-
bringing
watch him-
they're bringing Stone Cold back because new wrestlers do suck. I agree.
Yeah, no, but you haven't watched him in AEW or his indie stuff. You don't know what
Yeah, I have.
he's
I just
done
don't like him. I just don't think he's. I just don't think he's.
But you like Goldberg, man. You're a Goldberg.
Wrestling's not actually about the wrestling; it's
Exactly.
about the soap opera.
I've told Chris that so many times.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah,
good.
I'm like the best wrestler ever is not even the best wrestler.
Oh,
Stone Cold is good on the mic. That's it. The Rock is good on the mic. That's it.
Yeah, but man, they're one in a lifetime generation.
Oh, how are they one in a lifetime when they were together?
You had the Undertaker back then.
Undertaker,
the Undertaker back
Shawn
then.
Michaels, Edge. They were all together.
They're still. Yeah, I know, but they weren't as good as Stone Cold.
Yeah, but they were still.
No, who was?
No way.
Who was that other one I used to love? Ricky something. Oh.
Steamboat.
Nah, John doesn't know Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, Rick Steiner.
Nah.
No, the guy that goes woo.
Who?
Oh, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Yeah, Ric Flair. Ric Flair's the best.
You don't even know Ric Flair's anymore.
Nah,
bro.
they don't. The blokes now are so dull. They're just.
Man. Yeah, but if you watch AEW,
AEW's got CM Punk, bro. He sucks.
Go watch some of his matches.
He's ready to kill me. CM Punk is like the port of wrestling.
That's all right, man. I don't mind if you don't like it. Everyone's got their own.
Oh, Chris.
But yeah, the old wrestlers you can't beat them.
Nah,
though,
the Attitude Era was. Chris will admit that. Chris will admit that the Attitude Era will never be matched. It was the best.
Nah, it was the best.
Because, like you said, you had Stone Cold and that Rock. They were just.
Who was Edge's tag team partner all the time? Christian. Edge and Christian. That's it.
Christian sucked.
Yeah. I love how this AFL podcast sent to a wrestling
That's the best. Hey man, I bet you John loved Kurt Angle.
They do, man. Kurt Angle's gonna be the next.
John, I've said John would have loved Kurt Angle when he had the milk on his face when he was like got milk on his mustache.
It was killer when the McMahon guys were always there too.
I loved when Vince was full on into it, like when he used to wrestle and always take the piss out of himself.
Like I remember that fight between Vince and his son Shane at that WrestleMania. It was like one of the craziest fights I've ever seen.
The best.
Shane's fucking crazy.
Shane, nothing will ever beat Shane's move, man. From rope to rope, coast to coast, to coast. That's the best move. Best move.
Yeah,
best
it is.
move.
It is.
All right, boys. Good
all right,
podcast.
boys. Guys, if you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out our merch. Check out Johnny G's face.
And remember, you did hear it here first that me and Chris are funny.
I'm
John
the
is quiet one.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Mr. Lachlan, you haven't even seen Jimmy T yet. He's the funny one, trust me.
1-800 Jimmy.
Jimmy T.
Well, Mr. Lachlan,
is Jimmy T putting his tips in before the round starts?
He waits and he just puts in like 7 or 8, just like.
He puts him in on Monday after the round.
He like just gives us 7. He's like, I'll just get a few wrong.
He got 5.
Yeah, he didn't do that good last week. You got 7, didn't you? I got 6. He got 5.
Oh, before we go, when's Supercoach starting? Are we
This
starting to
week, I'm
play
playing
yet,
Jimmy.
or-
Me and Jimmy T playing each other.
Oh, really? I
Oh,
want to check
Supercoach.
this.
And I've got Dusty in my team. I've got to trade him out.
Supercoach, guys. So, guys, it's gonna be interesting. We'll put the results up next podcast. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. HFD, the HFD
Are any of
league.
you two playing? Are you two playing each other? That'd be the best.
I don't know. I gotta check.
I'm trying to check
I
now.
would love to. I would love to
I'm
play.
playing Wayne from
Uh-huh.
work.
Zach
Oh,
Carroll says,
Gino.
"Good night, lads. Take care. Good luck with all your AFL and NRL teams, and you'll see us on the next one."
No worries, Cal. Take it easy,
Zach
buddy.
Carroll's a nice guy.
And who's your team? What's your team called against, Chris?
Aussie Seth Rogen.
I thought you were.
Oh, you're playing Dale. Easy, man.
Oh,
John, don't you love my teams? John, do you love my team's name? Tell me my. You're the only one that would get my team's name.
I'm trying to look for it. Fahad FC.
You're the only one that will actually
Fahad.
understand what my.
short 8 delay.
Nah, but he sure ate the lot because he's fatty.
You know, if I was to open up a football team or a,
There's
or
some good names in here in our league. If it ain't Boke.
If it ain't Boke.
Yeah, Team Adelaide obviously. Crom.
Does Team Adelaide even done his team? Is he like the one that everyone wants to
Team
play?
Adelaide has got 14. Is projected to get 1,400
He's like
points.
he's not the guy that everyone wants to play.
Yeah, he's the easy beat.
Who's playing Team Adelaide?
What's Jimmy's team called?
Bollywood, isn't he? Bollywood FC.
Bollywood FC.
Oh, yeah, you're playing.
It's KP.
Well, Bollywood's actually projected to get 2,000 points, and Keza P only 1,700 at the moment. So maybe some trades are in.
Jimmy told me today
KP.
he's already made his trades. Because he had Sloan and he traded him out, but Sloan might play now.
I'm actually projected to get the most out of the whole league this
Oh,
year.
my days.
What are you talking about, man?
Why am I
2,000?
projected to get 7? I got over 2,000 both weeks, I think.
Chris, you're projected to get 2,034. I'm projected to get 2,094.
That's terrible, man. I'm going to do my team now. You heard it here first. Lucky Neal for captain.
You don't want to be losing to Jimmy the
I'll
first
lose.
round.
I'll
KP,
definitely
that's
lose.
for sure.
I'll be losing. I'm like hands down wooden spooner, bro. I've tipped Rochelle, but I've tipped Rochelle for the Showdown medal, bro.
All right, guys. Well, yeah,
Johnny
does
G,
that wrap it up?
That wraps it up.
Johnny G, if you get your tips, get your multi out, and we'll post it.
All right.
I like it.
Well, guys, we'll see you on the next AFL podcast. Check us out on the live. Watch the live on Friday night. I'll be there. Hopefully, KP, will you be there?
Try my best.
FM.
And guys, remember, stay hungry.
Take it easy, guys.
hungry.
See you later.